So here's the much awaited Hex Drums, and we already had a look at this year's Super Booth, and I was looking forward since then to check it out myself. So yeah, the Hex Drums brings together the raw power of Erica Synths as we know it and the wild sounds of Hexinverter. It's an analog drum machine that respects classic designs but isn't afraid to push them further. So the reference here is definitely the 808 and 909. But on the Hex Drums you have definitely a lot more possibilities for sound design and tweaking your sounds, which makes it more flexible in my opinion. So you get 10 solid drum voices, 2 kick drums, the machine, which is really interesting in my opinion, but we will talk a little bit about it further on. The snare drum, clap, rim shot, open height, closed height, crash and ride. Every sound has its own output plus stereo panning, and the last 4 voices are slightly panned to the left and right, but the first 6 voices are straight mono. So let's check it out a little bit deeper. Let's start on the left, and on the left we have the bass drum 1, which is derived from the BD9 Urate module. So the 909 kick, which is a thumping heavy kick drum. Everyone knows it for many different styles, but especially for techno. And you have a knob for the pitch, decay, of course as well. And you can choose in between the sine wave and the square wave. Then we have the decay amount. Let's switch to sine wave back again. So it's the punch, the middle part punch, let's say. And then next to it we have the bass drum 2, which is a little bit reduced, has less options, and the bass drum 2 gets its organic sound from the Tweety damped sine wave oscillator, just like the one on the legendary TR-808. So next to it you have machine, and this one has 3 different sound sources, 2 oscillators and 1 noise. And I think with this one you can tweak almost every percussive sound you want. So this is one, this is the second, and then you can also detune them. So with this one you are able to create 909 style low toms, mid toms, but further on I think it's especially nice to use to create kind of small leads and bass lines. Let's move on to the snare drum. The snare drum is made up of 2 different sounds, so it's more shell for tonal and snappy for noise. We can switch in between a band pass and a high pass. And next to it we have the clap, which is of course a staple in dance music. You can switch on and off the filter. So this was on and now. More upfront and a lot of high harmonic. And when you tune it a little bit down, then it's getting in this kind of chip tuning 8-bit section. And the clap further on offers a reverb and makes it a little bit more dirtier. And next to it we have the rim shot. And we have an open height and a closed height. As well as crash and ride. And one thing I think it's pretty nice to have is that you are able to create accents and ratchets. And let's check them out with the hi-hats, because I think they're most obvious. And on default on the Hex drums, there is already the accent applied. So you have the full trigger, the full volume. If you would like to use the accent, then you have to press twice the key step. Here it's louder and here it's more quiet. So let's check out ratchets real quick. And in this case, you have to go on ratchet and then hold the step and work with the encoder. All right, this is Hex Drums.